Welcome all of you for Youth Empowerment Seminars Session 2. Please, anyone tell me, let me know, am I clearly audible to you?
Yes, you are audible.
Previously, we had a session on topic mind management, and it was very wonderful. Now we have a second seminar. For this, once again, I thank you all for joining. Now, all of us knows everybody is having 24 hours in a day, starting from the sweeper to the director of our college. So what makes this difference between the sweeper and director? Imagine that there is a bank account that credits your account each morning with 86,400 rupees, and it carries over no balance from day to day. Then what would you do of it? Of course, you will draw out every rupees similarly. Similarly, each of us has such a bank and its name is a time. And every morning it credits you 86,400 seconds. So how we can manage these 24 hours or 86,400 seconds every day in our life? So it is very important to understand about time management. This is the key to success. So let's hear for this to address on this topic, time management. We have with us a very eminent personality, Mr. Smith Manik sir. Yeah, thank you, sir, for joining this evening. We are very happy to have you with us. So I would like to take the opportunity to introduce sir. The sir has done Bachelor of Commerce from SIES College, Mumbai. Sir has also done Chartered Accountant from Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Sir has won Best Perfect Award in school. Sir has got 5-star rating during articleship with Price Waterhouse Coopers, Mumbai. Sir was working with PwC, KPMG, Mumbai also. Now, sir currently at Global Insurance Brokers Private Limited, Mumbai as Manager Process Risk. So I would like to hand over this. Session to you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. Audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hope my voice is not echoing.
No, sir.
No, sir, it is good, sir.
Okay, great. So, each and every one of you in this evening seminar on that is the time management, and which every one of us are facing some way or the other. We kind of struggle to manage our time properly. And the point that you guys are over here to attend this seminar proves that you guys are really looking forward for a successful career ahead and successful as a person, as a leader as well. So, like to start with, like Vaishnavji rightly said that every day, like in 24 hours of a day, we have 86,400 seconds each one of us receives. And how do we utilize that? How we utilize it makes us successful or unsuccessful. The resources are same, yet some turned out to be more successful and some don't. So this is what demarcates, this is what distinguishes a successful and an unsuccessful person of how effectively and efficiently he or she utilizes his or her time. So to realize a value of 1 year, ask a student who has failed his or her exam. To realize the value of 1 month, ask a mother who has delivered a premature baby. To realize the value of 1 week, ask an editor of a weekly magazine. To realize the value of 1 day, ask a daily wage laborer. To realize the value of 1 hour, ask a lover to meet him or her. To realize the value of 1 minute, ask a person who has missed his or her train by a minute. To realize the value of 1 second, ask a person who has survived an accident. And to realize the value of 1 millisecond, ask a person who has won the Olympics. So if you see every sphere of life, whether time has somewhere or the other uh, proved them, made us realize how and why the time is so important for us. So going ahead, I have structured this entire seminar into four things, like what happens when we don't manage our time properly, what happens when we learn to do an effective time management. Third is what do we usually do with our time management, day in and day out things. And fourth are the practical steps. And also during the seminar, I have uh, I have included the examples and case studies of few sports person whom I really admire and have been following up with them over the years. Like any article on the internet or on the newspaper or any magazine which I come across, I do take it up to read them. And hope you guys find it really interesting and a learning good, and carry with you guys a good learning from here on. And also, we will take up the questions at the end. So I would request all of you to keep the questions handy, and I'll try and address each one of you for the same. So I recollect an example. I recollect a incident of 2003 Cricket World Cup, whereby India was playing against Pakistan, and our favorite batsman Sachin Tendulkar got injured. He injured his feet, and he got some hamstring. So what had happened was the physio came over and asked Sachin to. He tried and give a treatment to him and asked him that uh, you why don't you opt for a runner? So he denied that. And when the physio asked why it is like that, so he said after the game we can discuss it. And it happened that Sachin went on to score like around mid 90s or 97, 98. He went on to score, and that match India won. And after the match, the like the physio and the media people went on to ask that why didn't you opt for a runner? So he replied that when I'm playing the cricket, when I'm playing every ball, so it's only just before in my mind I just ensure that what ball I'm playing next, and accordingly I take my decision. So if I opt for a runner, so what would happen is the runner would be 2 yards behind me, as because once I play the ball, I know that what I'm doing next, whether it's gonna hit, it's gonna go to the boundary, or I'm gonna take one single or a double run. And if I have a runner, he's going to see the ball and then run. And by the time he gets onto the crease, it's going to take a while for him to take the run. And every second matters for him, because that would be like because it's a World Cup, and whereby India is playing the one of the key opponents. Whereby see, because India Pakistan, it's a matter of India's pride what they're playing. So he was like every second matters, and how the runs are scored, that would really help on to make a good help up with a good scoreboard. And second was the case of Virat Kohli. Like Virat Kohli is currently the captain of Indian cricket team, and he's leading, like he's one of the best athletes India's ever. How he had 2000 the year 2012, he had a good Australian tour and good England tour. But after that, back-to-back tours, he went on to play an IPL match. Like that every year during April, May, we have this IPL going on. And he was of opinion that, he will make it good. And he was kind of complacent with what he was, with his preparation. He was sleeping at any time, he was eating anything, and he had a very poor time management. And the effect of it was on his game. He didn't score much and they badly lost. He was leading Royal Challengers, and he happened to, after that match, after the series, he was like somehow it got over and I need to introspect what happened, what went wrong. And he went to the Indian coach, and um, and he gave him an honest reply, and like he kind of analyzed what went wrong. So he noticed the pattern that he was irregular with his timings, with his practice sessions and all. So you can imagine like how like time management, when done effectively, plays an important role in our performance. See, whether it's a cricketing field or whether it's our education, academics, or whether it's a professional examination. See, like what I understand is you guys are from engineering college, and uh, and somewhere the other, someone of you might go prepare for GATE or prepare for an MBA. Why the time management plays a very important role for you. You have limited hours to prove your performance, and you would be competing the best brains in the country. And in order to stand out, you have to be effective. You have to be efficient. Someone asked Roger Federer. Like I'm sure everyone knows who Roger Federer is. He is one of the best tennis players the world has ever had. And a media person went on to ask Roger Federer, "What do you do when you're not playing tennis?" He said, "I play tennis." Then again, he asked, "Sir, what do you do when you're not playing tennis?" He said, "I play tennis." So he thought that might be Roger has not understood his question well. So he asked again, "What do you do when you're not playing tennis?" He says, "I play tennis." So he went on to clarify that he practices 16 hours a day. I mean, that's quite high. That's quite high of a standard, considering the level and the international level what he's playing with, and competing with the best best tennis players across the world. So you can realize that these players don't have time for anything else. They don't waste their time on something really stupid or something which is not productive. They would ensure that every time what they put into the practice yields results for them. And there was, I recollect one example of a famous piano player. Someone asked that how many hours do you practice every day, and do you take a break? So okay, he said that he practices around 14 to 15 hours, and at times 16 hours a day. He said a day, if I don't practice for a day, my audience can automatically come up and tell me that you're not good at what you're doing now. So considering, so what happens when people who can't manage their time properly? First is they lose temper very easily because they're not organized, they're not sorted with the thought process, they're clumsy in their approach, and the result is they lose their temper very easily. And it happens at times, when we are preparing for exams, we are not, the exam is coming nearer, and we have not put in our adequate preparations. So what happens is, even a small thing really frustrates us, really keeps us back, it brings us down. So that is one of the effects where, where you don't manage your time properly. Then is, there are people who collapse mentally and suffer emotionally. And it happens because every person has a different mechanism in order to handle stress or in order to handle situations. Like if we see Mahendra Singh Dhoni, he's known as Captain Cool. Irrespective of whatever situation is, whether the opponents are really strong or India is kind of losing wickets one after another, he maintains his cool. Even we have seen a lot of examples in the past, whereby we are really near the defeat, but he keeps his cool and accordingly wins. If you recollect the first mini World Cup in the year 2007, I hope I'm not wrong, it was in 2007, where India won, and it was the last over whereby Dhoni, he was leading India from the front. He was captaining the Indian team, and he had to decide who would be the bowler. And that was kind of high pressure situation, but he kept his cool. He had this presence of mind, and ultimately everyone knows what the result was. India won. So, and there was just one example which I could relate into this incident was when Mahendra Singh Dhoni in the year 1999, they were playing Cooch Bihar Trophy. It was Bihar versus Punjab, and Dhoni was under 19 team. He had played really well that day. He had scored 84 runs and had ensured that Bihar is on a respectable total of some 356 or 57 runs. And he was kind of relaxed. We have done a part, and we can take over Punjab nicely. But he was wrong at that point, because if you see that he didn't give much of efforts, and he was kind of complacent. And that time against him, Yuvraj Singh was leading the Punjab team, and he was dead focused. Like He knew that from here on, once if he gets if he wins this trophy, there are more chances that he gets a place in under 19 World Cup. And it happened that Punjab went on to win the trophy, and it was in that match Yuvraj Singh scored 358, a run more than what the entire Bihar team had scored, and he ensured that Punjab wins, but in a with a very high margin. And the result was he made it to Indian team. He made his way to captain under 19 cricket World Cup, and then made his way to the Indian cricket team. So here, if you realize that how the time matters, what is the importance of practice, and if you effectively utilizing our time, it happens that we reach out to certain goals, but at the end we become complacent, and it happens that and then we end up losing what we were going to win. Next is they accomplish very little of what they want to do. People who don't respect their time, who are not systematic in their approach, they accomplish very little thing, because they are like, their mind is everywhere. Their mind is in 10 places, and their mind is running into 10 different things, and they don't come out with an effective output. Next is they do things haphazardly with reduced efficiency. Like I said, they have their mind running into 10 different places. So the efficiency would obviously would be low. They won't be, giving the best out of, what is expected out of them. And like if you see Sachin Tendulkar, I have always admired him. Like I always used to, like when I was preparing for my CA exams, like as of in the current scenario, everything is available on internet and everything is very handy. But during when I was preparing for exams, we used to get information mostly through newspapers and magazines. The internet had very less penetration, but then so Sachin Tendulkar, while preparing for his match, he used to be so dead focused. He never used to take calls, even if it is a family member, even if his wife Anjali is calling, or his kids are calling, or his brother is calling. At the time of match, he's dead focused on it, and you could see that how much he used to score, how efficiently he used to play, and lead India from the front. And if you see his career spanning over 23 years, he has always been at the top of the game. So I'm sure you guys also want to be on top of what you're doing. Like if you're preparing for an exam, you want to be the best. If you are preparing for some some interviews or anything, you want to be the best. So the key factor into it is just take one thing at a time. Utilize your time very effectively. Second was for Rahul Dravid. Rahul Dravid, when he used to go with the preparations, I admire him like anything, because he was the one, he was like led India from the front, and has achieved many milestones. Like what he used to do is a day before the match, he used to ensure that everything is in proper place. He would ensure that his kit is ready, his dress is ironed, his shoes are ready, and that day with the mindset he's playing the next game. So, and what next is, what do we want to learn from the time management? Guys, hope I'm not going very fast. Hope everyone are with me on the same page.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. So what do we want to learn from the time management? The first thing is we want to organize our life. We want to be very consistent performer. See, as in when we organize our life, it has to be in various ways, whether it is a personal life or a professional life. We have to be organized, and it helps us to compartmentalize our timings. Because going ahead, you're gonna be leading big corporations. You're gonna lead the organization from the front, and it is very important that you should be sorted with the thought process. You should be sorted with your time, because even if it's a vice president of a country, or the country of a company, or a global head, or the India head, they have 24 hours to deal with the situation. And at the same time, when you are there, you also have 24 hours. So what would it take for you to be to reach to that level? How it is going to help you to be more successful and lead from the front? First thing is it would help us to organize our life. Like if you see Sachin Tendulkar, like all 23 years when he was playing cricket for the country, every day it was his routine that 4 o'clock he used to start his day. By 5 o'clock he used to read NCA in like Bandra and start playing his cricket. And every day without fail he used to do his practice. So he was very organized, whether if it is his birthday or if it's his anniversary or whether it's raining hard, there was not a single day where he missed his practice. Even if you see consider Salman Khan, I'm sure like a lot of people would be inspired the way he has changed the fitness regime of the film industry. So his coach, who was he gave an interview like what was the exclusive thing? What was the best thing that Salman Khan had? He had that discipline. He had that. He was very organized. He had to do this. He had to take up his fitness regime every day without fail. So he went on to when he went ahead and you can see the results. Another example is Kobe Bryant, who like he was one of the best basketball players which the world had ever witnessed, and he was the one. When I see his videos, which are still available on YouTube, he was the one who started his day 2 or 3 in the morning at times, and he had a goal every day that 400 times he would he would basket the ball, and he would go on to go on with his practice rigorously and regularly. So that really helped him to be one of the best performers in the NBA. Next is when we are organized with our time, when we are sorted what we want. So it helps us accomplish our short-term and long-term goals. So long-term goals, I'm sure all of you have cherished vision of where do they see themselves 5 or 10 years down the lane, or what are the immediate thing they want? Are they looking for a fitness regime, or they want to start their exercises regularly, and they want to have a healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy work-life balance? So they have the goals decided. So it is very important that once our goals are decided, we have to break our time accordingly, so that it would help us to organize our time properly and effectively, and in a period of time we can definitely see our results. We have seen a lot of people on every first January. And first January gets a maximum number of gym enrollments, whereby people want to get into the fitness regime, and they kind of look up to that year that they are physically fit, but over a period of time the enthusiasm goes down. They go on losing the enthusiasm, and the end of the year they realize, okay, हम लोग ने कुछ नहीं कर पाए. So here the time management is not there. The goals are not sorted. The next is they don't waste the time of theirs as well as others. If you happen to know, if you see people, a lot of people who are there who just kind of energy suckers, and they just kind of kill your time as well. कुछ करना नहीं है, फालतू का आ जाएंगे. They just kind of drag you for the things which are not related to you, or it's not adding value to your life. So it really wastes us time. Like most of us have a problem. There was a survey done some time back in New York, like what people do in their free time. So it was like the statistics were really kind of shocking. 80% of social media, they do mindless scrolling. So, and with the Twitter, Facebook, and I mean, a lot of politics situation going on, and on Twitter, I've seen people just गाली देते रहते हैं, ये है, ये है. How it is going to impact their life? I mean, I don't know how, like, do they know you personally, or how it But yes, it does impact our life as in because we waste our precious time. What we could achieve today, we just waste it. You know, what foundation we can lay for ourselves, you know, it's all gone for a toss. If you want to build a 100-story building, so what is the most important thing? It is the foundation. Once you have a strong foundation, then you can, you know, go on building up floor after floor, floor after floor, and you can see you can build up a very, you know, highly decorative skyscraper. But if a foundation is weak, there is no chance that the you know the building would ever be able to take it. So, guys, it's very important that you know don't waste your time over things which is never ever going to come across to you. You know, which is never going to create a big impact into your life. It's important. Take charge of your life. Get it sorted. And I kind of fear a lot of. I have one of my favorite YouTuber or you know podcast. His name is Jay Shetty, and he's renowned all over the world. And I happened to go through one of his videos. That he's highly successful YouTuber, and take for him, and how does he manage his time well? So he gave a very good you know his case study himself. He presented that like with this digitalization era taking place, he ensures that in a month and every day he is compartmentalized. Okay, this many hours he's going to do his meditation. This many hours he's going to read a book. This many hours there is his office timing what he's going to do, and he was very sorted. And every night before sleeping, he would look at the other day's next day schedules. So that would help him to you know prepare a day before and get his mindset right as to what he wants and what he doesn't. And and when then you know if we are not sorted, so you know we and you know in fact once we are sorted, we would end up not getting unnecessary frustrated because we know what we want in our life, what are we expected out of it. Our goals are you know definitions are pretty clear. Like I could recollect one example of Virat Kohli. You know he's very passionate about cricket, and his father had a dream, you know, that Virat should lead the country and play for Indian cricket team. And he had this mindset that you know that he wants to play, and he was that passionate. So once what happened when he was playing the Ranji Trophy match, and at 3 a.m. in the morning he called up his coach and started crying, and it was the day when his father passed away. So it was one of the most difficult situations in anyone's life. If we lose our near and dear ones, uh, it's very difficult for everyone of, I mean, many of us to have that composure. But Virat had that thing. He had that composure. Okay, I know. He had to decide what was he doing. His coach had told him, okay, if you want to play, or you know, you can. Out of those 11 players, like out of the entire Delhi, he was one of the players who got to play for Delhi team first thing, and this opportunity won't come. And if he wants to dedicate something to his father, so he would have to play well, and you know he can dedicate that result to his father. And in that interview, Virat told that that was one of the best knocks I had ever played. And I mean, he went on to score 90, and afterwards he went on with this ceremony for it, like the end ceremonies for his father. So see, this factor had this discipline because of his father, who helped him over the years nurture this thing that you know you need to respect the time, you need to get the mindset ready. So we go on to the next thing whereby you know what are we doing for ourselves, how are we managing our time. So there's a small you know I quoted this as BMW. We all of us usually go on to do this BMW. B stands for blaming, M stands for mourning, and W stands for wailing. Blaming in a sense, if we do, we go on to blame others for our failure. I'm sure even in my life I had seen once, you know, whereby if I'm not scored well in exams, so I want to say that okay, मेरे साथ ये था, my professor didn't teach me well, or I go on to we all of us go on to blame the external circumstances. But when this thing was happening, I just it's more important that we take a pause and to reflect what is happening. Uh, so what happens is when the day we stop blaming our circumstances or our situations and we take charge of our life, that is when things would start changing for us. See, we would have hundreds of problems in our life, but uh, the more challenges we overcome, the stronger we become. Like you have seen the example of Hema Das, who had was been leading in India to win gold medal for India. So if you consider her background, she belonged to very not well-to-do background, and whereby her in meeting the daily needs, daily expenses, and they were not sure that whether in the evening they would get food to eat or not. So her father had sacrificed a lot. He went on to eat the rice which was offered to animals, which no normal human being could eat, and he would drink rice water, and I mean, which in the normal circumstances none of us would ever want to go ahead with that thing. But despite that difficulty, she never complained or cribbed about her performance. She had her goal set. Come what may, I want to represent my country on an international level, and I want to win for India. And the result was a history. She went on to win the gold medal for India. So it's more important. Let's not blame the circumstances. Let's take charge of our life. And the day we start doing it, you can see over a period how things turn around for us. Next is the mourning. Mourning is, there are some people who are like टुकड़ा रोते ही रहते हैं, मेरा ये हो गया, मेरा ये हो गया, मेरा ये हो गया. And these are the ones who are kind of energy suckers. ठीक है, एक बार रोए ठीक है, दो बार रोए ठीक है, then third fourth time people यार एक तो रोते ही रहता है and energy suck करता है फालतू का, and people would start avoiding that kind of person. So it's more important that what learning we get from that situation. It's more important that we take the learnings. And it is not necessary that every kind of failure we have to undergo. Most important is an intelligent person learns from other person's mistakes and failure as well. So let the failures come. It's important to make us humble. It is more important to make us stronger, and it would help us to lay a very strong foundation. When Sir Thomas Alva Edison, I guess it was Edison only, his factory got burned. And his neighbors came up to him, and in fact, his family members came up to him that, your factory is burned and we are finished. So he just went to his factory and saw, and he was smiling. So his son came up to him and told him, "Father, why are you so happy? I'm too sad that we lost everything." So he said, "I burned all my mistakes." And despite having that factory contained all his achievements, lifetime achievements, and he took up in a positive manner, and went on to invent sort of things going ahead, and he has a prominent place in the world's history books. I could recollect an example of Mahendra Singh Dhoni when it was in the year 2007 World Cup. 2003 India went on to play final against Australia and lost. In 2007 India lost to Sri Lanka and couldn't make it to quarterfinals or semifinals. I'm not recollecting, but it was that situation that happened. And in India, people are very sensitive. It has, in case of World Cup, it's kind of a pride thing for them. And every Indian had a great expectations from the Indian cricket team that they could win the World Cup and come back to and make our nation proud. But unfortunately, things didn't go well. Things didn't fall in place, and we lost. And we were like India was disqualified going ahead. Why? And it happened that many people across India started targeting the cricketers and their families. They started, breaking the walls of the house, or hitting bricks or stones, throwing stones at the cricketers' houses. So it was when Mahendra Singh Dhoni came to India, and it was night time, and they landed in Delhi, and there was a police team that escorted the cricketers, and they went on to in the car, and it happened that the media was following up, following the cars like anything, as if they had done some grievous crime or they are murdered and trying to escape. So in that article, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, he said that that was a time was a great learning for me. That situation made me more humble. I mean, I had that thing that it was a pinch for me that I was playing for the larger format of the World Cup, and we lost. So he was kind of what to do. Obviously, when we lose, when we fail in our exam, or whatever negative happens in our life, we have some anger within us. So some people kind of take out vent their anger by troubling themselves by not eating, or by not sleeping, or and whatnot. I mean, some of them get into the alcoholism and then the things and whatnot. But Mahendra Singh Dhoni, he was like, okay, I've been given an opportunity to lead to be part of the Indian cricket team. I would vent out my anger, and I will channelize my anger in some other direction. And it happened that he went on to play other matches after the World Cup, and India performed well. And Mahendra Singh Dhoni went on to become Indian captain, and 2007 India won the World Cup. He channelized his anger, and same situation was with Sachin Tendulkar. From the time Sachin, he always had a desire. When he was young, he was very small. He was 8 or 9 years old. When he saw that Kapil Dev had lifted the World Cup, he had a strong desire. He had that intensity to lift World Cup for the India, lead India, and when he's playing for India. So after 2007 World Cup, critics started bashing him left, right, and center. Sachin, you are kind of wasting your talent. You're not giving an opportunity to youngsters to play and whatnot. And he was a part of. He was severely criticized. He was kind of initially that thing had hurt him, but then he was like, "ठीक है." He decided that day itself. मैं 2 दिन रहूंगा, 3 दिन रहूंगा, but 4th day, I'm not gonna cry anymore. I am gonna work more harder. I mean, there's no doubt that he never worked hard, or he ever compromised in his training. But yes, he kind of changed his mindset that आज के बाद रहूंगा नहीं, and he set his goal on 2011 World Cup, and rest is history. The other one is the third one is wailing, whereby if someone points out to us our mistake for our own benefit, we start yelling at them. We kind of go on the defensive mode to tell them that, okay, no, this is not the way what we are wanting, and who are you to tell me? And at times it happens. When we are preparing and when we have a particular mindset, if someone comes and tell us, so he's like, who are you to tell me? Who are he? Why is she interfering in my life? But I mean, the point taken is that okay, there would be people, but it is important that not everyone's opinion should matter into our life. When we know that that person is genuine, who's really wanting good for us, that opinion should be taken in a positive sense. And once we start acknowledging our mistakes, once we start, you know, uh, taking the feedbacks positively, that would help us to overcome. And it would also help us to save a lot of energy and unnecessary fights that could happen, unnecessary trouble situations that can happen in our life. So it's more important that what are we to do, what are we not to do. Next is how do we end up wasting our time? So there are people who waste their time, some, like I said, unnecessary energy suck karenge, faltu time pass karayenge. So it's important that, we stay away from those sort of people, because end of the day, until unless our goals are clear, we would end up, we are sure that we end up wasting our time with them. Next is, don't keep brooding over your past mishappenings. Okay, past mein galti hua hai, we have failed, but then Just get up, dust yourself, and go ahead in your life. If you keep brooding over your past, how, like, what difference is going to make into your life? In fact, you will get into that negative spiral, whereby to come out of it, it will be very difficult. And if we keep doing that thing over and over again, we have to, in fact, might be that we have to take help of a psychiatrist and get into some psychiatric medication. So it's kind of very scary. So it's important that, ठीक है, गलती हुआ है, but learn from it and go ahead. Every successful people make mistakes. It's important to make mistakes, and it would keep us humble. Next is, don't be absorbed in daydreaming. Yes, dreaming is very important. We have to have dreams. We have to have goals. But then don't daydream. शेख चिल्ली के सपने. मैं ये करूँगा, मैं ये करूँगा, मैं ये करूँगा. Like I recollect that Andaz Apna Apna movie whereby this Paresh Rawal was there. He was like, मैं पोल्ट्री खोलूंगा, मैं मुर्गी बनाऊंगा, मैं ब्रेड बना के आमलेट बेचूंगा, something like that sort of. And he was doing this शेख चिल्ली का सपना. So most of us, I mean, many of us do that thing, but somehow it is not taking us anywhere. It has to be productive. Measure yourself. It is important to gauge yourself. क्या हो रहा है? Minutely observe करो. नहीं समझ आता, write it down. And over a period when you see, so you can see you have made a big progress. Like being a chartered accountant, I advise a lot of clients in the mutual funds. So they say, sir, 2-3,000, 5,000, 10,000 में हमारा क्या होगा? So when we see, and you guys being engineering students, you know the power of how compounding works. So small progress every day would add up to a big result. It's okay, start small, but then, over a period, change a small habit of yours every day. I recollect one example of British bicycle company. Like Tour de France that happens in Europe, and it's very famous cycling marathon that happens in Europe, and it's a very prestigious for the European countries. So this particular company, I didn't declare whether it's from England or France. Don't get into that details, but get the content right. That company had never won any championship. So they appointed a new team manager as to why this particular team has never won any championship. So that manager did one thing, and that really struck me. I mean, I was really amazed at how he turned around the entire, that league of theirs. Every day, like he dissected the entire cycle, that bicycle, into very small parts, and for every part he did a very thorough research, and also from the costumes what the athletes wear. So that really helped him, how he can, that bring in some changes. So over a period, he ensured that okay, pattern has to be this pattern. That dress, the costume which it's wear has to be in particular pattern. So with which his or her that athlete's efficiency would increase. The cycle tires has to be this much thick and this much diameter. The chain has to be in this particular format. And over a period, it happened in a span of 1.5 to 2 years, and then next consecutive 8 years, this particular league went on to win 8 championships. So this showed that how small efforts every day would add up to a big result. So many of us would have a problem, or many of us would be facing situation whereby what to do, how to do. So guys, it's important. Write down your positives, write down your, what are your positives, what are your weaknesses, and then work on your weaknesses. And there's no weakness which can't be overcome over a period of time. And also there was this one particular football club, it was football club or a baseball club, I'm not sure. I'm sorry for the same, but yes, here also it happened that this particular manager who was leading this particular league, it was, I guess, a football league only. And Europe, if you know, like boys would definitely know that how much people are crazy. Like in India, we have in Western countries. In Europe, it's football, the FIFA and all, and in US it is baseball. People can pay 5-10 lakh rupees for a ticket also for this. That the club wasn't winning. So every player who came in, so that manager decided that he would decode everything right from what is the routine of that particular player, what he his mindset, and what does he do when he's free. So he went on to break the same daily schedules, and over a period, it happened that the efficiency of the players went on increasing, and that club went on to become one of the best clubs in the European League, and they dominated for several years in that particular league. So, guys, no efforts are small. It's just important that you know how you can start it, but start today. Start it small. Start it today. The next is we often indulge in long telephonic conversation with people with which takes us nowhere. Gossip, इसने ऐसा किया, इसने ऐसा किया. What difference is going to make into your life? क्या क्या कर लोगे आप उसको नीचे गिरा के? I mean, you take pride, momentary pride रहेगा. हाँ मैं इससे better हूँ. But were you better than yesterday? Over a period, were you able to improve your performance? So that's more important. Don't get into that nitty-gritty things. There would be people who try to pull you down, but guys, mind you, if you're leading an organization, your team would never ever respect you, because if you try and get into this such petty things, try and get over this thing. Make your life more meaningful. Make your life whereby you can have an impact on other people's life. When you act as a mentor, you never know how does that good comes back to you. Next is take one thing at a time. Don't mess up things. Often we have a tendency of taking 10 things at a time. आज मैं 4 subject पढ़ूंगा. We have 4 hours, but 4 subject in घंटा. By the time 1 hour passes, we are into that flow. The time for the next subject arises, which that is subjective actually, as in how it happens. But get into that flow. Take one thing at a time. Get it sorted. अगर आप ये चीज करते हैं, so you can see how much confidence you people get within you. ठीक है, मैंने आज ये achieve किया, मैंने आज ये किया. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So we can divide a time into 4 quadrants. First is urgent and important. Next is important but not urgent. The third is urgent, not important, and fourth is not urgent and not important. So let's take our first thing as urgent and important things. And this quadrant is known as the quadrant of quality. This thing requires immediate attention and it can't be overlooked. Might be some exam, we have a exam next day. So what is required out of us is we prepare for an exam thoroughly. We revise what have we studied earlier, or some last moment revisions that is required, or if we have some projects due, so we work on that project with the timely deliverables. And this thing is going to happen in our profession, in our careers as well, whereby if you are on client facing side, like I'm into consultancy field, so I'm client facing, I always come on client facing thing. So we have a deadline set. So it's very important that what is the priority and how things are to be defined. So that really sets in the pattern for me, my team to, take things ahead. Next is not urgent, but yet it's very important. And this quadrant is known as quadrant of quality. If it is ignored, it can lead to long-term problems. As in this needs attention. The quality defines as to what is our goal setting, how much are we putting our time for self-development and recreation, and because that is important, because it would help us to set our priorities right. What happens is, it's important that we just don't keep on slogging. Like the examples what I gave for Kobe Bryant or Virat Kohli, they are supposed to get into that level because they are at the highest level of international level. But yes, to start today, we have to take small steps. So keep your time for recreation. Keep some time for self-development. Excuse me. keep some time for recreation, for self-development, set your goals, how you want to achieve, and then break your goals into small patterns. Like, okay, in a particular, okay, it's a 1 year goal for me, and then uh, how can I break it into 12, like every month? How can I break it into weekly? How can I break it into day pattern? So that becomes easier for you to, manage things nicely. The next quadrant is urgent and not important. And this quadrant is known as quadrant of deception, whereby, although it's urgent, whereby, some friends are calling up, why ye issue ho raha hai, some issues, someone like in college life, or, how koi heartbreak se ja raha hai, koi exam mein fail hua, and some family issues. So some aisa interruptions hoga, whereby, see, this is urgent because he or she is a good friend, and we want to, reciprocate with them, and we want to stand by them in the difficult times. So you can set you can set a particular time. It's never that you go on and on and on and on all the same thing. So what's important is you can set some particular time to कि ठीक है इतना time में ये करना है. This is what needs to be done. And then some unimportant calls are there. Some family or relatives, they want that if they calls hona chahiye, be in touch and all that. So you can manage those things in that particular point. And last is not urgent and not important. And this quadrant contains n number of things, n number of distractions, which I'm sure each one of us would fall into some or the other quadrant. Like most of us in the time of social media, we do mindless scrolling on the on a phone. Tak phone में चालू रहता है. Night when we go to sleep, नींद नहीं आ रहा है, scrolling करते करते 10 o'clock we lie on the bed. कल सुबह जल्दी उठेंगे नहीं तो happens that हम लोग 12-1 बजा देते हैं. And I'm sure most of us, including me, had faced that situation. Too much TV, excessive games, video games, or trying to do more than one thing at a time. There is indecisive or postponing decisions. What we do is we have a habit of procrastinating. Fitness है करना है, ठीक है Monday से करूँगा, फिर बोलेंगे 1 तारीख से करूँगा, the next month से करूँगा, and we go on postponing our decisions. Like exam के समय का, like most students, all of us would have faced in our like education, like when you're in college or preparing for exams. Daily basis पे what if we prepare ourselves, we won't be hard stress at the time of exams. But what happens is ठीक है time है ना कर लेंगे. And in case if some project work comes up, we know that it has to be submitted after a while, 10-15 days. At the end 9th hour अपन 12th hour में 11th hour में जागते हैं, क्या करते हैं, बनाना चालू करते हैं, get stressed out. We stress other people and everyone around us. And most important is and also we don't do the important stuff during the peak hours when we have the highest efficiency. Like in CA, we had some subjects जो आप कभी भी पढ़ेंगे respective of the peak hours हमको नींद आता था. But and also engineering में भी I'm sure होगा ऐसा कुछ subjects. But then it's important that वो tough चीज को पहले handle करो और उसको achieve करो, उसको overcome करो चीज. And then you can go on to doing lighter things at the end of the day. So the overall हमारा end of पूरा जो day रहेगा, it would be hard things, moderate things, and lighter things. So that would help us to manage our time very effectively. So like we see, like if we summarize that, we have seen what time factors matters to various people across. So first we have seen what happens when people don't manage their time effectively. Next is what do we want to learn from time management. So in the first thing, like if you see those who are not managing the time properly, they lose their temper easily, they collapse mentally and suffer emotionally. They are always least efficient and they lose mental peace and relationships. Next, we went on to see what we learned from time management. First was organizing our life. We can achieve short-term and long-term goals. We want to work smarter, not harder, but smarter. We do not want to waste our times and other people's time. Next was what do we do during our, like, how do we keep on wasting our time? How do we not efficiently manage our time? So we mentioned that we became prey to time wasters, keep brooding over the past, absorbed in daydreaming, and indulging long telephonic conversations and picking up things which are not really important for us. And then last was how to prepare ourselves with proper time management, whereby we divided our time into four quadrants. The first was quadrant of action, that was urgent and important. Second was quadrant of quality, which is urgent and which was like not urgent but yet important. The third quadrant was urgent but not important, whereby the quadrant of deception, whereby we had to ensure some relationships and calls and all that. And the fourth was not urgent, not important, and time wasters. So these were the four I could think, and this was the thing I thought I'll present before you guys in terms of time management. Does anyone have any questions? Feel free to ask. Maybe I can answer them. I can hear some help from you guys. Vikramji?
Those who have questions, they can ask.
No questions?
So there is first question from Nachiket Kulkarni. That is how to short things properly.
Thank you. Nichiket, very good question. And even I had that question. So yes, I like to present a small thing which I do every day in my work stuff. So this is like my daily schedule. When I sit for my work, I make a to-do list as to what I want to achieve. At the end of the day, I keep on ticking against what all I wanted to do and did I achieve or not. So guys, once you're sitting for work or studies, what's important is sit with a diary or sit with a notepad, write down what you want to achieve in the day. So that would help you to get sorted with your thought process. So once you and see, if you consider a psychological thing, once you write down things, it becomes solidified in your brain, and your mind gets into that thought over and over again. And once you write down, okay, this I want to achieve, so your mind automatically channelizes entire energy for achieving that thing. So once you write it down, it would help you to get sorted. Hope that answers your question.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So I was having a doubt. How can we maintain the consistency in our daily schedule? What happens if I decide to do something? I will follow it for 1 day, 2 day, or max to max 3 days, and sometime later it will.
Very good question. Most about the gym example. We want to be consistent, but yet because of some habits, we end up stacking ourselves, and we don't get into that zone. So as the psychologists, they mentioned that a 21-day habit cycle. What they say, particular habit. So first initial 21 days are pretty important. Like I would say, first few days, I could say 7th or 10th day till the time you get that thing into your system. Which initially the first step is pretty harder, but once you get into that and push yourself over a period, it would get easier for you. So if you want to achieve, for example, if you want that, okay, I'll try and eat healthy. I try and have a good toned up body. So what is expected is you need to exercise regularly. So first day it's gonna be difficult that 5-6 बजे उठ के exercise करेंगे, then college 8 बजे जाने का, तो 5-6 बजे उठ के exercise करेंगे. Or so you start small, okay. Just and see, most of us fail long term because अपन एकदम से एकदम there's a big एकदम बहुत बड़ा jump मार लेते starting से. कुछ चीज करोगे ना तो सेकंड थर्ड डे में it diffuses our enthusiasm completely. So important factor is start small and push yourself for few days. Write down your goals. Like I said, that अगर आप जब goals लिखते हो कि मुझे ये चीज achieve करना है, and how am I going to do? How am I going to manage that thing? Once you write it down, your process, your subconscious mind would start into that, moving into that zone. And it's important to get started in a small, like you're an engineering student and you know how the so 1 into 1.01, if you compound it, like if you do it for 365 days, so end of the year it adds up to a bigger result. So start small, but small steps every day. Hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir.
I have one question that many times
Yeah.
we procrastinate with our work. We many times we do that. So how should we make our minds so that we don't procrastinate?
This is also like I had also faced this situation, and I'll tell my thing. Yes, procrastination do comes. We try to we try to postpone things, or we kind of do end up doing daydreaming. यहाँ कर लेंगे. But see, what lies is we are not very sure of what we want to achieve, and when अपने mind में जो determination नहीं रहता है ना, so ये situation ऐसा होता है कि अपन उसको postpone करते जाते हैं जब तक वो urgency नहीं आती है. जब एग्जाम्स आर नियरर तो अर्जेंसी रहती है, तो अपन कैसे फटाफट रातों रात बुक उड़ाते हैं अपन रात को, राइट. एंड वही चीज अगर अपन पहले से करते हैं, पहले से थरो प्रिपरेशन करते हैं, सो हाउ इट वुड हेल्प. सो प्रोक्रास्टिनेशन के लिए एक सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है आपका गोल सेटिंग होना चाहिए. आपका गोल क्लियर है कि ठीक है मेरे को ये चीज करना है. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई वुड से अभी विराट कोहली का एग्जाम्पल लेता हूँ. He wants to be one of the best batting line. He wants to bat, he wants to dominate the opponents when he's playing cricket. So उसका जो thought process है when he wants to be dominant, तो अभी क्या करेंगे कि उसको ये चीज अचीव करना है. So मेरे को पता है कि ये चीज अगर मेरे को चाहिए, so what be a step lower than that or step below it, I need to practice. Okay, ठीक है, practice करना है. A step below कितना practice, that I want to determine. I want to be good, I want to be average, I want to be good, I want to be very good, I want to be the best. So accordingly जब मैं जिस quadrant में अपने आप को देखना चाहता हूँ, मैं accordingly मेरे efforts मेरे को उसमें write down करना पड़ेगा. जब मैंने वो efforts लिखा, उसके बाद मेरे को क्या है कि मेरे को follow कर, like I'm taking about विराट कोहली example. ठीक है, ये चीज करने के साथ मेरे को exercise करना है, मुझे I have to have an appropriate diet. So accordingly I'll start breaking things. So जो प्रोक्रेस्टिनेशन आता है, प्रोक्रेस्टिनेशन क्या रहता है कि जब हमने हमारे सामने एकदम ऐसा गोल सेट किया जो हमारे से अचीव नहीं होने वाला है, बट वो अपने को फिर कंप्लेसेंट कर देता है. सो इम्पोर्टेंट है आप गोल सेटिंग करिए एंड देन उसको छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स में ब्रेक डाउन करना चालू करते हैं एंड वर्क विगरसली टुवर्ड्स इट एंड लेट यू बी आंसरेबल टू वन अथॉरिटी. आई एम टेलिंग यू, सी बिकॉज जैसे आप देखेंगे कि जो प्लेयर्स हैं they are answerable to their coaches when they are practicing. Why? Because coach क्या करेगा, like full time उनके साथ नेट्स पे प्रैक्टिस करेगा या in स्टेडियम में प्रैक्टिस करेंगे. वो देखेंगे कि what is he up to, how is he achieving. तो कोच उसको बताएंगे कि ठीक है मेरे को ये अचीव करना है, तुमको ये अचीव करना है, this is your target. So once he knows that there is someone who is observing me or who is having his eyes on me, that's when you will start. Once you're answerable to someone, that is when the performance will start coming out of you, right? So आप किसी को आंसर एंड वो पर्सन और वो अथॉरिटी ऐसी होनी चाहिए कि वो अपने को डंडा भी दे सके और हम उनकी सुने और हम उनको पॉजिटिवली ले सके. अभी कई बार ऐसा होता है कि that position of a person should be the one whom we really respect in our life, whom we want that वो हमारे लाइफ में रहने चाहिए. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि आई एम सॉरी टू से, बट कई लोग ऐसे करते हैं कि पेरेंट्स को कभी पेरेंट्स का जो गाइडेंस रहता है वो लाइटली लेते हैं. इट्स ओके, it might be के वो compatibility या वो thought process नहीं मिलते रहेंगे. So might be some siblings रहे या तुम्हारे best friends रहे who want best out of you as such. So आप उनको answerable रहिए and then आप आप उसको लिखिए कि आप क्या किया, हाउ डू यू स्पेंड, राइट टू जनरल। आपका जो डे डिवाइड है, हम लोग शीट बढ़ते हैं हमारे ऑफिस में, सो वी मेंशन दैट हमने क्या किया, वी आर अकाउंटेबल। तो when we are into office work, we know that हम लोग we are accountable and we channelize our energy accordingly. So आप भी उसको break out करिए, write down कि ठीक है 6 o'clock if you start your day and end your day at 10 o'clock at night. So आपने पूरे दिन क्या किया, end of the day analyze करिए and be honest to yourself. And you can see that आप procrastination का जो आदत है ना, आप overcome कर पाएंगे in a short way. Hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Next question.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yes.
Sir,
Hi,
I
good
wanted
evening.
to ask, sir, how do you have a clarity on goals? Like many a times, there is a tendency to know the future already, right? We want to have a clear picture of what we will do in the next future, but things don't fall in place because most of the times we are just planning and the execution part which had to be done is not there. So how do you have that clarity of goals and at the same time have the execution going on simultaneously?
So yeah, so what's going to happen the next moment, even I don't know, right? But what I know is what my efforts would be. So most important is like I mean, like you mentioned about that, you know what our results gonna be. अगर आज मैं पढ़ाई नहीं करता हूँ तो मेरे को पता है मैं तेरा फेल हो जाऊंगा, डब्बा होने वाला पेपर नहीं है, राइट? बट अगर मुझे पता है कि मुझे ये अचीव करना है तो मेरे हाथ में क्या है, एफर्ट्स है. सो देयर आर सम फैक्टर्स व्हिच आर रियली एक्सटर्नल, जो लाइक मैंने गौर गोपाल दास का एक वीडियो देखा था एंड इट रियली स्टक मी एंड मैंने उसको मेरे वर्क टेबल पे या मेरे दीवार पे लगा के रखा है. If some factors are within your control, then worrying is good. But if it's not in control, तो मेरे स्ट्रेस लेने से, मेरे टेंशन लेने से कुछ तो फर्क पड़ने वाला नहीं उसमें, राइट? सो आपके हाथ में क्या है, आपका एफर्ट्स है. एंड अल्टीमेटली जो रिजल्ट्स रहेगा वो क्या रहेगा, डिटरमाइन करेगा आपके एफर्ट्स. आपका एफर्ट जो आपने दिया उस अकॉर्डिंगली आपका रिजल्ट डिटरमाइन होगा उस केस में. सो don't worry about what future holds, but yes, efforts karte jao. You never know how it helps you, you know. Abhi if you consider Dhirubhai Ambani is he's the one who was the chairman, you know, he's a founder of. In his life he was, you know, he was working in some Gulf countries in a petrol pump. Jab he was a, you know, anguta chap, he was not that educated, but he had one thing, he had zeal of working hard and he wanted that thing that mujhe kuch karna hai life mein. So he went there and I guess it was Turkey or Istanbul, I don't recollect, but he went there and, you know, he just kind of managed things. So he kept on working and over a period, if you see that, you know, such a big empire he went on to make. So see, life हर every now and then कुछ ना कुछ आपको सिखाएगा. तो important है, just take that learnings, don't forget it. But you know, you never know what things helps you where. See, अभी आप देखेंगे कि if you see the paramilitary forces, like जो paratroopers रहते हैं, जो paratroopers है, they are the one of the finest military people in India. जो सबसे refined and सबसे highest जो रहते हैं paratroopers. And you know, उनका जो डेली ट्रेनिंग होता है so rigorous, they are made to go to hell, मतलब पानी के नीचे they are मतलब उनका I was you know, reading an article, I watched some videos also. उनको चेन से बांध के उनको पानी में ढकेल देते हैं. Okay, if you are into that situation, what are you going to do? Okay, if you are into an house which is burning, what are you going to do? Or in case if there's a, you know, there's a bomb which terrorists have planted near you, how are you going to dispose of? How are you going to defuse it? So द पैराट्रूपर्स क्या करते हैं उस समय, उनको हर सिचुएशन के लिए तैयारी करते हैं. सो आप जब भी उस सिचुएशन के लिए आप मेहनत करते हैं, उस सिचुएशन में अपने आप को ढालते हैं, तो उससे क्या होगा कि वंस दैट सिचुएशन कम्स, यू आर ऑलरेडी प्रिपेयर्ड. लाइक व्हेन यू प्रिपेयर फॉर योर एग्जाम्स, आप जो प्रॉब्लम्स रहते हैं या न्यूमेरिकल्स रहते हैं या ट्रिग्नोमेट्री रहता है, व्हाट ऑल थिंग्स आर देयर, सो आप उसको पहले क्यों प्रैक्टिस करते हैं? बिकॉज जब एग्जाम में आपके पास वो क्वेश्चन पेपर आता है, so you know that you are adequately prepared. एंड आपका माइंडसेट उस पैटर्न में फंक्शन करने लगेगा. सो yes, we don't know what is there in our paper in our life exam, but yes, our efforts are in our hand, and once we are doing it, so once any such situation comes, we are mentally prepared. अपने को शॉक नहीं लगेगा उस समय. लाइक जैसे पैराट्रूपर्स का एग्जांपल दिया, पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस, तो उन लोग उस समय शॉक नहीं होते कि व्हाट टू डू, एंड दे गेट इनटू दैट क्या बोलते हैं, डिफेंसिव मोड में जाते हैं. दे हैव टू एक्ट इन दैट सिचुएशन. अगर उन लोग उस सिचुएशन में एक्ट नहीं करते, दे नो उनका जान जा सकता है उस समय. They are putting their life in line and serving the countries. So when they're sweating in peace, they're able to perform when there's fire or there's some attacks anywhere. Hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Next question. Do we have any more questions?
It seems there is no questions. So thank you, sir, for such a wonderful session with examples on great personalities. And sir has given various time management techniques and the key points. We will be happy to implement those techniques. And thank you for your